Hello, Year 11, Mr. Jones here. I have put together a short video of how to effectively revise for the Tech Award in Enterprise, or as you know, the BTEC Business. I'll be guiding you to some helpful resources that are available to you and talking you through some revision techniques that will stand you in good stead to be successful in the summer examination of Component 3. The first thing that I want to talk you through is Know It All Ninja. You're going to be set weekly tasks from now until the exam date, which will cover all the key topics that will appear on the exam. And when you're completing the set tasks, you're provided with a combination of notes, diagrams, and videos that centre around the given topic, which will then enable you to complete a short quiz which checks your understanding at the end. After you've completed the quiz, you'll have the opportunity to revisit this at a later time, whether this is to either improve your test score or to consolidate the learning, making sure that we're transferring that knowledge that we've gained into our long-term memory. And this links into what's available on YouTube. So on YouTube, you can find all the videos from Know It All Ninja. They're really effective for us to use for revision as they cover all the key aspects of a given topic in a short video. So as you can see from the image on the right hand side, there are 29 videos in the Know It All Ninja series, which are really easy to navigate, and you can find the video of the topic you wish to revise very easily by just scrolling down using the bar here. The first revision technique I want to talk to you about is Cornell note taking. So I've broken it down into 6 easy steps for how to be successful when using this technique. This will be used really well if you are watching, for example, the Know It All Ninja videos. So firstly, we need to watch the video in short segments. So that means that we're going to pause the video every minute or so to give ourselves time to write down the notes and focus on the key ideas that have been presented. When we are taking notes, we're making sure that we're putting that into the note taking area. So that's on the right hand side, concentrating on the main points, any definitions or examples that have been given in the video. Next tip is to use bullet points and abbreviations where possible. So keeping our notes concise by using bullet points, abbreviations and symbols will allow us to easily go back and skim and scan through the notes that we've taken. The third point is to write key terms and questions in the designated section. So we can see that on the left hand side of the template. So as you're watching, jot down your keywords or questions that are related to the information in the note taking section. This will help you to review and engage with the material later on. The next point is to highlight or underline any key or important points that we've taken. So if certain concepts are emphasized in the video, make sure that we've highlighted or underlined them to make them stand out when you go back to review the information. Next point is to summarize after we've watched the video. So once the video is finished, take a few minutes to write a summary of what you've learned. And that's going to be in the summary section at the bottom of the page. Try to focus on the main ideas and draw to any conclusions that might be gained from watching the video. And then probably the most important part of this is to be going back and reviewing this regularly. So going back to our notes after, whether it's a few hours or the next day or the next week, using the main note section to quiz yourself by covering the right hand side and recalling the information that you've written down. This method will help us to keep our notes organized and make reviewing the material easier. So this is a really good tool to be using in our revision strategy. Next, I was just wanting to make you aware of all the revision guides and workbooks that we have available for you, that you can make use of these whilst you're carrying out your revision at home. So, firstly, we've got the Clear Revision the Clearly Revised, sorry, revision and practice workbook, which covers all the topics that will appear on the Component 3 exam. Each section of the specification is clearly indicated within the workbook, so it makes it easy to navigate through when you're looking for a specific topic. There's a set of exam style questions at the end of each section for you to practice writing answers that can be checked against the answers which are given at the end of the book. And then also we have the CGP equivalent of the revision guide, which again covers all key aspects of component 3, but its purpose is to support you when you're answering the questions in the CGP exam practice workbook. So these two really do work well as a pair. Next, we've got the tried and tested method of completing past papers and marking your responses using the mark scheme. So past papers and mark scheme are going to be available to you on your class teams channel. This should not just be done right before the exam, but this should be something that's part of our revision strategy from here on in, because this is a great way to understand the types of questions that you could be asked and give you the chance to develop your exam technique, also identifying topics that you're confident in or ones that you might need to further revise. So the key takeaway from past papers is to learn from our mistakes. It's okay to be getting things wrong, as this will guide us to the topics that we should be revising in the future. Now I'm just going to go through a couple of useful websites that you can use for revision. So firstly, we've got Quizlet. So Quizlet is useful for pre-populated flashcards that you can use to either create your own flashcards or you can test yourself while carrying out the various activities that have been created for you to embed the key terminology from the course. The second website I'm going to talk to you about is Quizzes. So I'm sure you are well aware of using quizzes in lessons. But Quizzes, if you didn't know, has lots of multiple choice questions uh, that are put into quiz form that relate to the examination of component 3. The quizzes would complement any note taking or flashcard practice that you've carried out during your revision and would act as a great way to check understanding at the end of a revision session. Finally, I've got a plea that you should not be forgetting what you've completed in your coursework. So there will be questions that refer to the work that you've carried out when you've completed components 1 and 2. So lots of the key terminology that you've been exposed to, such as terms like profit and revenue, being able to understand the difference between those two. Also types of market research, so both primary and secondary. These are very likely to come into play when you're completing the exam. Something that you would have done in component 2, where you've carried out a break-even analysis. That's a very popular question and it tends to appear on every exam series. So please do not forget the work that you've put in on component 1 and component 2, because this will really help you when completing the exam. And finally, thanks for watching. Please remember to ask for help from your class teachers. That's what they're there for. But thank you very much.